Hi, my name is Kevin Thompson, and this is Group Three's Chapter 7 presentation. And we've decided to talk about team compositions and why they matter. So, as an introduction, we're going to be covering Conway's Law and what is it, and what does it tell us as far as the three different personalities, and then also why it's important to increase awareness and care. Why does all this matter? Especially in the team dynamics and the overall product. So, and then finally we'll follow it up with some gospel parallels that we found as a team going over these chapters in Conway's Law. So, what is Conway's Law? So, Conway's Law says that when you produce a product, in this case specifically, we're talking about software or any kind of project management, that the outcome, the eventual product, is going to reflect the team's communication that built it. So, what does that mean? Well, it means that if the team is separated into three groups, one is building, let's say, a web application, and one team is responsible for the login page and the account handling. One of them's in charge of the cart, and the other one's in charge of the actual shopping page. What you're doing is if there's poor communication, there will be literally three different products being thrown together at the end. If the communication is good, then it's more likely that those three teams and those three products will have a more flow or they connect better. So Conway's Law tells us that communication matters. If you want a product that has a overall feel and overall worth of, and you don't want that jarring feel, then communication matters. And then we are obviously emphasizing team compositions, and they matter. So the personality types actually on the teams matter as well, and that's where I turn it over to Hiram.
Thanks, Kevin. What I'll be talking about are the three-member personalities: the I-shaped specialist, the T-shaped generalized specialist, and the E-shaped next-gen specialist. The world relies immensely on technology, and so organizations create departments of specialists, engineers who carry very few specific sets of expertise. These are the specialists that only want to contribute to the one area of the volume stream. Now, when it comes to the I-shaped specialist, this pertains to a creative contributor to the creative process in various fields. It can be a developer, tester, architect, or an analyst. Too many specialists can result to too many bottlenecks and a system decrease. These are the people who are insensitive to the downstream work and would not lend assistance to anything that's past their scope of work. Now, the T-shape does have a broader skill set and in different fields and can help to remove bottlenecks in the system. These are the people that are compared closely to generalized specialists. They are the ones that do not mind getting their hands dirty, test, and clarify criteria accepted user stories or other obligations for that fact. They don't mind doing things past their scope of work. Now, when it comes to the E-shaped next-gen specialists, this is clearly favored among many organizations. A specialist with these kinds of skills sets could become very innovative and a good problem solver. This person would be a positive contributor to a team and is also very sensitive to the downstream work. In E-shape, the team is all about the team getting the job done right and helping one another. No one is only looking out for themselves. All right, we'll go ahead and pass it on to Kim. Go ahead, Kim.
Thanks, Hiram. Kim here, and I'm going to talk to you about keeping Conway's Law in mind when you are developing. The goal is for your teams to have enough autonomy to work safely and independently, And what this does is it creates a synergy within the teams and across the teams. And it also creates an environment where agile principles can more effectively be applied. The positive effects can be felt downstream when everyone is on the same page and everyone is pulling in the same direction. And when each team is structured like this, then the effect is really felt across the company itself, and DevOps becomes a means to empower every project, every team, and every employee. And that positively affects just about everything. The cross-pollination, one of the positive effects of working as a unit is that you're always keeping in mind the end goal. And this increases awareness on the team level, which aids, again, in the autonomy of the team itself. And at the individual level, testing, operations, and security really is everyone's job and in everyone's mind. No one has their head in the sand, nor is any team member, pigeonholed into doing one thing or being an expert at one thing. Transparency and awareness also come into the mix. Everyone knows what is going on, and when they do know what's going on, they can more easily come together to create, innovate, and mitigate. What's really great about Chapter 7 was a lot of the principles that we learned can really be paralleled to the gospel principles. The quote that kept coming to mind to me was from a talk that was quoted by Robert D. Hales, and it's actually a Quaker proverb, which is, lift me, and I'll lift thee, and we'll ascend together." The goal is for everyone to ascend together from an eternal perspective. And in the tech world and in the market of your career, the career place is, the goal is to be E-shaped. Most of us are I or T-shaped, and we progress to be E-shaped. And an example of cross-pollination of and within the gospel is, you're seeking and you're learning and you're growing in all areas to become that E-shaped. And you teach. If you know something, you teach it to somebody else. That's that cross-pollination happening, so that we can all grow in all areas. Sharing with others is really key too. So I really found that the principles in this chapter were great to parallel to the gospel principles. And that is our presentation.